Day 18 of Doomsday Cult Mom Lori Vallow's trial. This may need to be two parts because there was a lot of people on the stand today and there was a lot of information revealed. The day started off with Samantha back on the stand. She is, of course, Tammy Daybell's sister, and Tammy, of course, was married to Chad Daybell. She started off talking about how quick the funeral happened. She said that a lot of her family members actually couldn't even attend because of how quick the turnaround was between Tammy's death and when Chad had planned the funeral. She also talked about her surprise with how quickly Chad had gotten married again. She said, you don't go and marry someone just weeks after your wife of 30 years passes away. Samantha says when Chad told her about Lori, he said that her husband had died of a heart attack and that's why they bonded. They were grieving together. So she did Google Lori's name and found out that is not the case and that her husband was actually shot. She also asked Chad, are you going to be raising children together? And he said, no, there's no children. We're going to be empty nesters. And of course, his children were all grown at this time. Deputy Coulter Cannon took the stand next. He talked about October 9th, 2019. He received the report from Tammy saying that someone had shot at her with a paintball gun. She believed it was a paintball gun. She said she was unloading groceries from her car. She saw a masked figure in dark clothing, and she asked what he wanted, and he fired 2 shots. She screamed, and Chad and her son came out of the house and scared the intruder away, apparently. She was convinced it was a paintball gun. However, we know now that it was not. A 911 dispatcher, Deputy Helena, was up next. They played the 911 call when Tammy had called the police. Next on the stand was Christina West. She was the 911 dispatcher that received the call from Chad when Tammy was found dead on the morning of October 19th, 2019. The call actually starts out with Tammy's son on the phone saying that his mom is dead or frozen. He's not sure. And then Chad actually takes the phone from him and continues the call. On the call, you can hear Chad say that she's clearly dead. He's crying. He's acting upset. And the 911 dispatcher is trying to make him feel better. Officer Alyssa Greenhall is on the stand next. She's one of the officers that reported to the 911 call that Chad had made when Tammy passed away. When she got to the house, she said Chad seemed quite distraught and that Garth, their son, seemed quite reserved and quiet. The story Chad told her was that she had been coughing through the night, she'd gotten up to be sick around midnight, and that he'd helped her and gotten her back into bed. He claims that at about 5:45 a.m. that she had fallen out of bed, and that's when he realized that she was gone. Chad informed her that he and his son had moved Tammy back into the bed and covered her with the blankets. Hit follow for more updates, guys, and go to part 2.